Welcome to the Good Life where life is always good. My name is Kurt, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and giving me a watch or listen, however you choose to view it. I just want to say thank you. If you could do me a favor before we get started, could you like and subscribe to this channel so I can grow my channel and be up there with the best of them? But I just want to say thank you once again. So here we are, another day, another opportunity to give grace and glory to God for everything that He has done in our lives. Specifically, my wife and I celebrated our second anniversary this past week, but we went out to dinner last night. We went to a restaurant in Frisco at the Star. It was called the the Glen, and we had a very nice time there. We had an opportunity to just sit down and talk, you know, without the kids being around, and just got a chance to talk to each other about how we feel about each other, um, how the first 2 years have been, and what can we do to improve our marriage. And we recommitted ourselves to doing something once a month for each other, meaning just going, even just go for a walk or just go, you know, to the market and and walk around, and um we're just going to pour back into our marriage the way that we did at one time. Sometimes we get so busy with with life, a week can go by in seconds, a month can go by in milliseconds. So we just don't want to lose that time. But yes, we had a good time last night. I had a pasta that had lobster in it, and they included the claws in in the in the pasta. My wife had the lamb chops, which she loves lamb chops. And I had it old fashioned. I love a good old fashioned. It's just one of those old school drinks that just kind of, just it makes me feel cool and sexy. I should say. But yeah, um, it was nice to celebrate 2 years of marriage, and there was a couple that was sitting behind us that were celebrating their anniversary. I want to say number three. Yeah, it was number three for them. So it was a good night. And if you're in a relationship or if you're in a marriage, just remember that it is important to give back to each other. Take time and talk to each other versus just going through the weekend. All you talk about is what you need to do for the week. Oh, I need to do laundry. I need to do this. I need to do that. Talk to each other about the needs of one another. So um, it's very important. And with that being said, I want to go into my journey in gardening. And I am finding that gardening for me has become somewhat therapeutic. Um, it it takes me back to when I was a kid and going to the country to my grandparents, my mother parents, and back behind the house, my grandparents had some land. And so many times we would go down there, and my granddad and I would go back there, and uh, we would pick potatoes, purple hull peas, corn on the cob. Um, God, they had okra back there, and we would take all that stuff back to the house, and essentially that would be dinner. And I remember my mom. We would have so many purple hull peas that my mom would put them in a Ziploc, and we would bring them back home, and we would have black eyed peas for months. And, it takes me back there. And my dad's mother, she had a garden in her backyard, and mainly she had greens. I remember she had turnip greens and mustard greens. That is all she grew. But I'm going to do my stuff in the summer, and then I'm also going to do it in the fall. For those that are into gardening, I am in Zone 8A. I am in North Texas. And I'm starting out with Scotch bonnet peppers, jalapenos, Roma tomatoes, and Super 100s. Um, and I've had them in the container now for a little over a week, and I'm excited. I'm excited about the potential of gardening and being successful at it. I am doing mine on a raised bed. I'm not going to put anything into the ground. In the summer, I'm going to have one. By the time I get ready for the late summer and fall time, I'm going to get another one. We have a problem in this area with rabbits. So I'm going, within the next week or so, my dad is going to come over and he's going to help me plug the areas along the fence that the rabbits enter. Because the last thing I want to do is come outside and see rabbits have gotten into my shit. I will lose my mind. But I'm excited. This is a journey that really came out of nowhere. Talking to one of my coworkers, her and her husband, that's what they do. Their backyard is just, she showed me a video yesterday, and then I showed it to my wife, but she has 21 raised beds in her backyard, and it's beautiful. And so that's where I got the idea of maybe I could garden. And my wife is always give me a hard time talking about I'm always into stuff, but I think sometimes in life you look for your tribe over and over and over. During the pandemic, I was going to be a loan signing agent and a notary. I took all the classes and got all my license. I was certified to be a loan signing agent, but that journey was short-ended because of the pandemic and not able to get stuff. I needed a printer and a 2-tray printer, and that stuff like that was just hard, almost impossible to get. And being a loan signing agent, that's one of the most important things you need is a printer. So I let my license to be a notary expire last month because I just didn't see myself using it. So, but yeah, I think growing vegetables and fruits on my own, with the help of my daughter, I think that is going to be exciting to actually see these seeds go in the containers, and then they sprout up, and then after so many weeks we're going to take them outside and put them in the raised beds, and then from there it will probably be another 50 days to harvest, if I'm correct. So I'm excited, and I trying to contain myself from going and look every 10 minutes to see if anything's coming out of the dirt yet. But I know it's not dirt, but the seed starter. Let me use the correct terminology. But I know it's going to happen, and I'm gonna wake up one day and They're going to be a quarter of an inch tall, and before you know it, I'm going to be taking them outside in the backyard and planting them. So um, it's exciting. But yeah, God has definitely, He has definitely blessed me and this family in so many ways. And, we cannot ever forget to give Him that praise and glory, because life is too short. So many people go to work and don't come home. And every day I turn the corner and I let the garage up and I see my wife's car. That means that she's made it home. It means that I've made it home. Pull my car in the garage and kids are here, and um, you know, they've made it home. My parents, they're still living, and I have an older son, and he has two kids, and um, he has a girlfriend. So, I keep track of my people every day. I reach out to them every day just to say, hey, hi, hey, what's going on? What's up? I have a group chat with three of my buddies that I've known for years, and ever so often I'll just say, hey, y'all, I'm just doing a wellness check. You know, y'all doing okay? And I think sometimes as Black men, we don't always open up about issues that we're going through, and there's nothing wrong with just checking up on your boys, or your girls, and say, hey, everything's going okay. But I think specifically for Black men, we struggle with mental health because of the pressure that society has on us. There's nothing wrong with going to therapy. I've gone to therapy. I'm about to start back myself. But I think at the end of the day, we just all want to be happy. My happiness is tied to my family's happiness, and if they're not happy, that means that I'm not doing something right as a husband, and as a father, and as a grandfather. But I don't ever want to. I don't ever want to be in a position where I don't know what's going on in my household. So it's very important to talk to your loved ones, and even the kids, just asking them, hey, how was school today? What you learned today? I ask those questions, and I ask those questions to let them know that I am engaged in their lives, and I may even do a school pop up one day. They would love that. But uh, life is good. Um, Work is good. I mentioned in probably my first video that I work for housing. Essentially, I work for HUD, and I do inspections for those that are on Section 8. And the job itself can be challenging because you see how poor people really are. You see how nasty people can really be. And a lot of people are legitimately poor. You walk in their house and they don't have anything. They don't have bed frames. They have kids, and the kids sleep on mattresses. Um, you look around the kitchen, and you don't see a whole lot of food, and but what we don't know from the outside, how much love those people have um, in their households. Um, just because you're poor doesn't mean that you can't be happy. And we're all a car accident away or a heartbeat away from needing such things as food stamps and housing. And it bothers me that the current administration is tearing those things away. And some of the most needy of those social services, just be honest, they're Republicans. They're white families. And they're so blind to what's going on that it has it is starting to hit them, and they are realizing maybe I regret my vote now. And it bothers me, well, one, because ultimately my job can be on the chopping block. And if my job is on the chopping block, these people that are struggling to pay whatever their portion of rent is, they can't afford the full rent on these houses, apartments, and duplexes that they live in. So I think that, and I wish that people would look at the big picture before deciding, who they're going to vote for. And one of my favorite times as an inspector is the holidays. Some of these people, they don't have a lot, but you go into these houses and you see Christmas trees. You see lights in the living room, and just it looks nice to see someone that doesn't have a lot, but they're able to celebrate Christmas, with presents and Christmas lights on the house. Not all of them. Christmas trees, and a lot of them really get into the holiday spirit, and I love it. I think next year what I'm gonna do, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I want to take pictures of their Christmas trees and put their Christmas tree pictures on here. Not the people, not the outside of the houses, but just the Christmas tree. I think I know how I'm going to do it. Obviously, I'm going to ask them, and I'm pretty sure 9 out of 10 would say yes, So I will be doing that next year. Well, I just wanted to hop on for a few minutes and give you guys an update on my life, and I hope your life is going as well. If any of you are having any issues in life, or you just want to chit chat, just drop me a message in the comments, and we can talk, and yeah, we can become like a family, because I love family. I love when my family gets together, not just my family here, but extended family. It just brings joy to my little heart. Well, thank you for stopping by The Good Life, where, as I tell you, life is always good. And I will see you next time. Peace out.